Okay. In the figures above, if rectangular tiles are used to completely cover the L-shaped bathroom floor without overlap, how many rectangular tiles are needed?
Typical question from thank you, nice reading. First of all, do you like this picture on this? What do you think? Do you like this picture? Who like this picture? You have to make picture by your own because nice picture helps you to solve problem, right? If you have to use microscope to analyze this picture, it's not good. So 76. They provide a tile. This is a tile. And dimension of this tile is, this is y over 20. This is width. And this length is x over 25. And what is it? This is tile. Bathroom floor. Let me make reasonable size this bathroom floor. Bathroom floor look like kind of like this. And they provided dimensions. This is y over 4. My request, remember at the end of the class I asked you to send a picture. What you did. If I make picture, you must make this picture in your notebook. Okay? This is x. In addition, they don't allow to write on this booklet. You know this? If they see that you write in this booklet, they kick you from this test. This is, you will see this. Why? Because they use this test for another group. If something written, they kick you out. That's why you must make picture. And this dimension, x over 5. Okay. Let me make this a little bit smaller. And just show this is x over 5. Did I put everything here? Okay. What is our strategy? Our strategy is to find area of this kitchen, and they name it, what is it? Bathroom, not kitchen. This is a bathroom. You have to find area of this bathroom. And you can split in any dimension, like I did. I split by 2 rectangle. You can split by these 2 rectangle, up to you. So if this is x, what is x? I'm more specifically for you. X is this one, to the braces. So to find this length of this small rectangle, this step number 1. Step number 1. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Only for explanation, right? So step number 1. AB equals x minus x over 5. Or 4x over, you can do it mentally. 4x over 5. This is this dimension, 4x over 5. Now, step number 2, I can easily find area of bathroom. Let me delete A, not to confuse you. It's not area, bathroom. Now I want to find area of bathroom. It's equals area of rectangle 1 plus area of rectangle 2 equals area 1 plus area 2 equals area 1 is product of these two length times width, first grade. It would be 4x over 5 length to multiply by y over 4. This is what is it? A1. I make everything to understand easily. How to find area 2? Length is x over 5 plus x over 5 times y. Since this dimension is y. Or after multiplication and addition, what do you have? 4xy over 20 plus xy over 5. Any questions so far? Students, you have questions?
Dr.
Yes.
For a area of a first shape, can we simplify 4 and 4?
You can. You can simplify. Absolutely. Or
Okay,
you can
thank
do this. This is fine. I agree with you. So, or you can do this one. Definitely you can simplify. And what you have? Xy plus xy, and both of them the same denominator. You have 2xy over 5. And this is our what? Area of this kitchen. Okay. Step number 3. You have to find area of tile. The same length times width. X over 25 times y over 20. Here what we have. Or you can write x xy over 500. Well, let me leave it. It will be faster. 25 times 20. Now, they ask you to find how many tiles. Let me read the question again. How many rectangular tiles are needed, right? So, how to find n, number of tiles? You have to find n, number of tiles. Easy. N equals a bathroom, or what is it? Yes, bathroom, divided by area of tile. Or area of bathroom, 2x over y, 2xy over 5. You're supposed to divide by xy over 25 times 20. You can multiply it 500. Or, like we did in the fourth grade, keep change flip number and continue here. Keep the first like we have, 2xy over 5. Change division to multiplication. And flip upside down. 25 times 20 goes to numerator, it's multiplication. And xy goes into denominator. Okay. Now what we're doing here, xy cancel out, right? 5 goes into 25, times 5 times 20, 100, multiplied by 2, 200. 200 tiles. So this is classical problem. Many questions they ask you this way, but actually behind the scene is not difficult. Be careful. In some questions, you're supposed to be sure, frankly speaking, that this goes completely into this, because you will see some question on SHSAT. When you divide, it's not necessarily work. You're supposed to see that dimension of these tiles are factor of dimension of this area. But roughly, if it is, it works.
Dr. Farber?
Yes.
I did it a different way. I just plugged in. I made X 25 and I made Y 20. So all I would have to do is plug those numbers in for the bathroom tiles.
X 25.
So then the area of the tile would be just 1, and all I would have to do is find the area of the bathroom.
Yes and no, because in many cases like this, have you seen even in this test when they ask you to find to get answer like expression? Even in this one, you have many questions based on expression. So if you don't develop the skill, it would be difficult to answer. Is it possible to solve it? Yes. But if they ask you like expression, here you simplify everything, but generally operate with general terms. You ask me, is it possible? Yes, it is. More questions?
Oh, sorry. Can you please explain the fourth step? 4. Yes.
You want to find how many times this tile, you see this tile, goes into this area. You have to divide this area, but area of this tile. And this is area of bathroom. Area of bathroom, you just found this. And this is area of what? Tile. So far so good? This part. Alexander.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it. 76. But is it possible to plug in? Yes, it's possible. Daniel R. In this case, you can read. Who asked me this? Maybe somebody else. Eric, probably 77. You already read, right? 77, Eric.
At an appliance store, if 63 stereos were sold during a 1-month period, which of the following must be true?
Okay, your microphone worked not the best way, but anyway, what we have. So what we know from this question, who can read out loud in order to better hear this 77? Okay, Alexander, please, 77. Eric, nothing personal, but your microphone not strong, hardly hear you. 77, Alexander.
At an appliance store, if 63 stereos were sold during a 1-month period, which of the following must be true?
Okay, thank you. What we know? 63 stereos, 63 items. I don't care what items were sold. What else do we know? 1 month period. In 1 month. This is sold in 1 month here. And look at this. Which of the following must be true? What is must? If you have must, has to, or always, this is modal must and modal verb. It means 100% certainty, not 99. Must, very strong. It's not might, not should, not ought, but must. 100%. Might is 50% certainty. these answers. Look at these multiple choice answers. Okay. Actually, what topic is it? Who can tell me what topic is related to? What part of math is related to?
Probability.
What is it?
Probability.
No, math is not probability. Math is 100%.
The pigeon problem.
Who said pigeon? A plus.
Me.
Dirichlet theorem, Leon. Dirichlet. Very good. You recognize it. This is 50% of success. Actually, we have what we know about months. Months is, if I split these days of months by the cells, is one, the first day, the second, blah blah blah, the third, and we have let's say 30 or 31 days, right? Every cell pigeonhole is what? A day, right? Now look at this multiple choice. Okay, if we divide 63 by 30, 63 to divide by 30, it would be 2 something, right? 2 and 3 over 30. You can simplify it usually. If, according to Dirichlet theorem or pigeonhole principle, you want to put all these items every day, if you put 2 items every day, they will not fit because we have some extra. So in this case, according to Dirichlet theorem, if you have 9n cells and n plus 1 item, at least in one cell, you're supposed more than 2, 3. Otherwise, it will not fit. Now look at multiple choice. At least 3 items were solved in one day. Exactly goes from the Dirichlet theorem. Who understands this 100%? Who has any questions on this problem?
Dr. Farber.
Yes.
So for the last day, you did 3 items, right?
It's not necessarily last day. It could be intermediate day or beginning day. One is, for me, it's only in one of these days you're supposed to have at least 3 items. Otherwise, it would be not accomplish 63 numbers of this. Look to our lecture, Dirichlet theorem, where we studied these different examples. Okay.
Okay,
Any
thank you.
Yes. Okay. If you don't have any questions, let's go to the next one. It was Dirichlet theorem 77. It was not difficult at all. Next. The next question, let me see what we have. I wrote these few answers. It was 88. 80. Alexander, read please 80. 80.
What is the greatest number of pieces that can result from slicing as spherical orange with 3 straight cuts?
How many students this question? 9 students? Okay, what was your answer, Alexander, for this one?
I think A, I think.
What is it? E, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second, let me make, if I have small one, I prepare for this one. You wait a moment. Let me make experiment, right? You see this one, and you see 9. I believe you see everything, right? And the question is this: what the greatest number of pieces that can result from slicing a spherical orange with 3 straight cuts? Okay. Let me make the first cut. Can you see what I'm doing here? First cut is over there. After that, I'm making perpendicular to this. So far, I have 2 pieces. Can you see these 2 pieces? The next I cut is perpendicular. Make a more convenient way. If I cut it perpendicular, you see this and this way. How many pieces do I have? 4 pieces, yes or no?
Yes.
Don't forget, this is solid. This is not shape, solid. After that, I cut, you see this? Pieces, I cut it this way. In this, in biomechanics, we name it transversal plane. In biomechanics, we have sagittal plane, frontal plane, and transversal or horizontal plane. Let me cut it in horizontal plane. It's not convenient to do in front of camera. I do it over there. If I cut it half again, and I cut all these pieces, right? I'm supposed to get 8 pieces. Don't forget, we're talking about space. In space, we have 3-dimensional, sagittal, frontal, and horizontal plane. Who understand this? 100%. 100%. Okay, good, good, good. Don't forget, we live in 3-dimensional world.
Farber.
Yes.
So 4 is incorrect, right?
Correct answer is 8. 8.
Okay.
8. This cut, you have 2. This cut, you have 4. And this cut, you have 8. You cut everything by half. By the way, if I remember this similar question, how many equilateral triangle you can build when you have 6 matches? Pitch key, 6 matches. Very similar problem. And you're trying to do in 2-dimensional menu view, but this is 3-dimensional problem. If you have, let's say, 6 matches, you make 1 track over there. And after that, build this. Then you have 1 on the bottom, 2, 3, 4. We're talking about 3-dimensional cross space. This is pyramid. This is base. And this is vertex, S. Okay. Don't forget, and we can't afford using this to move in the CD problem. Next is, yes?
So for the problem with cutting the sphere into 3 equal parts,
Can you speak out loud, Anthony?
with 3 parts, can we represent this as 2 to the power of 3?
You can represent 2 to the power 3, but this is 8. The final result is 8. In addition, you don't have 2 to the power 3 in your multiple choice, right? You have only 8. You have to make compatible to your multiple choice. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. The next question was, Anthony, you will read this question, is, what is it? 85. Only can you speak out loud, very close to microphone? Because actually I hardly hear you.
85?
Yes, 85.
How many three-digit integers less than 400 are there such that the sum of the hundreds and units digit is equal to the square of the tens digit?
Okay, typical question, thank you. Let me restate what we have. In 85, they ask you how many three digits. Let me put the shelves. Three digits. And these three digits less than 400. Three-digit number. For instance, 259 less than 400. Next, and what we know, okay, this is ones, the first digit. The first digit is supposed to be definitely 3, right? The greatest number, you can get the greatest number. Three-digit number is 399. Less than 400. So that's why from here we get the first number supposed to be like 3, the greatest one. Now let's go over through this one. And they said the sum of what is it? It's ones. Or let me write units, not to confuse the year. Unit digits. This is tens, and this is hundreds. In this form, they said the sum of these hundreds plus units supposed to be square of tens. This is given. Now we know that the greatest sum, the greatest number, and this the greatest sum. Will be of h plus u would be if this is 3 and this is 9, which is 12. Why I'm doing this? I want to find borders, right? Not to study million numbers, just borders, right? And now they're supposed to be square of, they said the sum, okay. Let me see again, this what is given here, 85. The sum supposed to be equal, I believe, right? 85. Sum the hundreds and unit digit equal to square of the tens digit, exactly like we have here. Okay, good. So we know that sum supposed to be equals to 12, to t to the second. So if I put these numbers for t to the second, okay, it could be 9. I'm looking for perfect square less than 12. Perfect square less than 12. This will be 9. Next perfect square, 4. The next perfect square is 1. And the next perfect square is supposed to be 0. Excellent. So we have only 4 digits which represent perfect square of this one, right? Because the sum is supposed to be perfect square. Either 0, 1, 4, and 9. Excellent. Now let's analyze what we have. Okay. Now we can have 0 in the middle. If we have 3 numbers, right? It cannot be 0. No 0. This is 0. Why? Because when you add two numbers and all numbers are positive, they never give you 0. So for this middle number, or for tenth middle, you can have only 149. Okay, we narrow down our search. I'm talking about only for middle number, it's not 0. For not middle, it could be any number. Now let's analyze what kind of number we have. For instance, let me write numbers. Our goal, if you add hundreds plus units, I'm supposed to get 10 to the second. For instance, if this is in the middle, okay, if this is 1, and this 1 and 0, this is 3-digit. 1 plus 0 is 1 to the second power. Yes, it is. This is the first 110. Let me write another one. I have next is 123. Okay. Next is in the same manner. 1 plus 3 is 4, equals 2 to the second. Yes, it is. And here, 1 plus 0 equals to 1 to the second. Few more numbers. 1, 3, 8. 1 plus 8 equals 3 to the second. Yes, it is. So far you have 1, you have 2, you have 3. Let's go to next one. What is next combination we can have? We have 222. 2 plus 2, this 2 plus 2 equals 2 to the second. 4 equals to 4, yes, bingo. Let's continue over there. Number 5, we have 222. And look at our combination, we have 237. 237. If you have 237, I add 100 and unit digit, it will be 2 plus 7 equals to 3 to the second. Yes, it is possible. The next number, so operate this number we have here in our set. 321. Is 3 plus 1 equals 2 to the second? Yes, it is. What combination we did not use here? 336. 336. 3 plus 6 equals to 3 to the second. Yes, bingo. Now is the question. They ask you how many numbers you can have. 7. The answer is 7. Okay. Any questions so far for this? If you have questions, ask me. To understand up to this point. So all questions in SHSAT not difficult, but some of them are more time consuming and majority less time. So less you have to do very fast. In this case, you have more time for this one. It was 85, I believe, right? Let me go through next one. You asked the next one. 88, Nicholas, you asked me this question. 88.
88. In the 10-digit number, 7 okay, 7 billion 7346285
Okay. Read it by digits.
I don't really.
Nicholas.
Okay, so the 7 is the first digit. 3 is the second digit.
Just a second. 734. Like
4.
718. Yes, go ahead. Who can help us to read this digit one by one? Yes, Annette, please.
In the 10-digit number 7346285 the tens digit is missing. If the 10-digit number is a multiple of both 3 and 4, what is the missing digit?
Okay, thank you very much. Let's do this. Very nice. You're not supposed to read exercises big numbers. So they give you a few more digits here. Okay. You ready, Nicholas, to read another one? Let me write what we have. At 88, we have 7, 3, 4, 6, 2, 8, 5, 5, blank, and 6. And they put delimiter to easy to read this. Delimiter here, delimiter here, and delimiter here. So this number is blank. We don't know what we have here, x. But what we know, the number is divisible by 3 and divisible by 4. Okay, and they ask you to find x. First of all, like we studied in 4th grade, divisibility rule by 3. The number is divisible by 3, which when total all digits divisible by 3. Let's find this. So if I add them up, here 7 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2 plus 8 plus 5 plus 5 plus x and plus 6. This is 10, 10, 10, 10. We have 46 plus x. Again, divisibility rule by 3. If total of digits divisible by 3, number is divisible by 3. Now, think about if x equals to 1, does not work because 47 is not divisible by 3. Now, let's start with different options. When x equals to 2, it would be 46 plus 2, which is 48. Again, 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 divisible by 3, number is divisible by 3. This is the first candidate. So far so good. The next, since the multiple of 3, I add 3 to this. It would be 5. X equals to 5. And would be 46 plus 5, which is 51. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is the second candidate, which is divisible by 3. And next, if I add another 3, I'll get x equals to 8. I get 46 plus 8. So it would be, add 3 to this is 54. 5 plus 4 is 9, divisible by 3, number divisible by 3. So I have 3 candidates, 2, 5, 8, from the first part of problem. To understand this step, I just use divisibility rule by 3.
Dr. Farber?
Yes.
In the multiple choice, there is no number 8.
No, I just did the first step. I did not finish the second step.
Oh, sorry.
We use this divisibility by 3, right? Look at this, but this set number also divisible by 4. You see? And what is divisibility rule by 4? Divisibility rule by 4, when 2, the last digit, let me take different color. If 2 last digit divisible by 4, then number is divisible by 4. So this was the first part. Now it's like interview. Okay. Let you apply for job interview in programming, like many of my students apply. The first they have technical interview. After that they have another interview. The guys they pass only the first interview. Let's invite them to the second interview. Now we have either 2, 5, or 8. We have 3 candidates, right? Let me check. Step number 2. I use this step number 2. Step number 2. If x equals to 2, I make this to save space and time. If x equals to 2 last digit would be 26. If x would be 5, 2 last digit would be 56. If x equals to 8, 2 digits last would be 86. If we divisible with rule by 4, we have to check if they divisible by 4. Right? And what we have? 26 by 4 is not divisible. No way. Because it's by 13 over 2. It would be 6.5. No way. Cross it out. 56 divided by 4. This is 14. Beautiful. 86 divided by 4. What is it? It's 43 divided by 2. 21.5. Not good. Question: what candidate passed 2 interview students? X equals to what? 31?
5.
5. Yes, this is the answer. Okay, difficult question, not difficult, just you have to figure out all the steps. Who understand this? 100%, this one, 100%. Arthur Anthony, you understand? You're not listening. Okay. Arthur Anthony, you with me? Hands up. Oh, you get red dot. Thank you. Put your hands down. It was 88. Excellent. Again, I go through almost recast question first. The next question is what we have here is maybe explain in more details. Okay, who will read this? For instance, yes, Leon, please. Number 92. Many students ask this question.
A is the sum of the first 50 consecutive multiples of 3, and B is the sum of the first 50 consecutive multiples of 6. What is the percent? What percent of A is B?
Okay, thank you. So let me, this is 92. In 92, they said multiple of 3. like you did in fourth grade, how you build multiples of 3. You had 3, for instance. After that, you had numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And everything you multiply by 3, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2, etc. It would be 6, it would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, etc. You have to multiply each of these by 3. Or I can represent the set A is all now multiple of 3, okay, and we have 50 of them. You can represent A is like 3 multiplied by 1 plus 2 plus 3, blah, 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 etc. plus 50, right? And we have 50 multiple of 3. Each of these, if you multiply by 3, you get the last one, 150. The same story we can do with multiple of 6, B. This is step number 1. Step number 2, 6. And a multiple of 6 is, if I make this graph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. If you multiply this, it would be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, etc. Or you can represent B. How many of them? Also 50? B is the same like 6 multiplied by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. plus 50. If I take different color, you can see commonalities for A and B. This guy and this guy, let me make it X, is the same. So I can say that A is 3x, step number 3. A equals to 3x and B equals to 6x. And they ask you what percent of A is B. Easy, step number 4. So 3x is 100%. 100%. And 6x, I don't know, let's say y, right? So it's even mentally, you see this. Y times 3x equals 6x times 100, cross multiplication. Divide by 3x was parts. Cancel, cancel, cancel. This goes 2. And then you how many percent? To 100%. Okay. If you have any question, ask me. Let's step back. Any questions, students? No questions, right? It was 92. Next one, according to your question, is, let me call this 92. And many students ask me 100. What we have for 100? 100. Samir, please, 100.
Okay, 100. Set C is made up of a series of consecutive integers whose sum is positive, is a positive even number. If the smallest number in the set is -2, what is the least possible number of integers that could be in the set?
Okay, thank you. Nice reading, Samir, A+. 100, clear, your microphone works. C is made of a series of consecutive integer whose sum, you know difference between sequence and series? You know difference between sequence and series?
A series is just like randomly, there's no pattern, like just like numbers, I guess, and like a sequence and where there's like a certain pattern that's going on.
Nice observation. But anybody else?
I would say that a sequence is something that repeats itself, but a series is something that like is ongoing, but it doesn't repeat.
Not necessarily, student. Later, when you will take, especially calculus prep, especially calculus BC, you have a lot of questions for in this this issue, right? About series. Difference. Sequence is a set of number. Let me put this way. They have pattern, but they subdivide by comma. Let's say if we're talking about sequence, right? In this case, when you're talking about series is summation. You know this sigma. I will not go to you confused right now, but sequence compared to the series, you have to add numbers together. Okay, when you have addition, in this case they said, okay, made a series. It means that you add them up. And the sum of positive even numbers, series of consecutive integers whose sum, the sum, what we know. In math, the sum, we name it this summation, but I don't want to confuse you right now. You use what? The sum, I use simple way. The sum is what we know from here. Is positive even number. Positive even number. What else? And they started from the smallest is this is sum is positive even. And the smallest number, now you know this is consecutive integers, the second one. What is consecutive integers? You know, in consecutive integers, delta is different between next and current, always to 1. For instance, if 1 is 2, next is 3, plus 1, 4, 5, etc. And they give you the first number. The first is -2. Okay. And you add with another number. The next one is -1. You add with another number, which is 0, etc. But your goal is, this is your goal. If you keep doing like this, +1, +2, and look at this. If you add these numbers, I get total is 0. If I get all these numbers, total will be 0. Because -2 and 2, they cancel out each other. -1, 1, and 0 is 0. Let me add another one, +3. 3, if I add, total would be 3. 3 is positive, but not even. Let me add 4. Total would be 7. 7 is positive, but not even. Let me try another one. The next one, +5. Bingo, this is 12. And this is sum is positive. The sum is positive even number, 12. And now they ask you, what the least possible number of integers that can be in the set? Well, just count all of them. Count all of them. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bingo. The answer is 8 integers. If you have 8 integers consecutive, you will have sum, and this is the sum, all of them. The sum is 12. Which is greater than 0 and even. Two criteria. The answer is 8. Who understand 100% up to this point? Typical question, SHSAT. Typical, not complicated. Okay. Arvina, would you like to read 101, please? 101.
101. In the figure above, if points A, B, C, D, and E are on the circumference of a circle, what is the total number of different line segments that can be drawn to connect all possible pairs of the point shown?
Okay, thank you. Nice reading, Farina. And we solved tons of time this kind of questions. I show two different ways how to do this. Actually, there are more ways than two. I show two main ways, right? And this is US7 and this SHSAT.
Dr. Farber, can I please go to the bathroom?
Yes. 101. Let me finish this. After that, everybody will go to bed for 2 minutes. Imagine I have the circle. And the circle, they have, what is it? A, B, C, D, and E. And they ask you, if you connected line segment, each of these, for instance, this and this, this and this, this and this, you connect all this between each other. How many possible pairs you can get? Well, this is pure combination problem. You have C of 5, choose 2. You have to count this, and you remember the formula. I just gave you this formula over there. Number of combinations C of n element, choose R, equals n factorial divided by R factorial multiplied by n minus R factorial in denominator. What is factorial? I just remind. Factorial all number, let's say 3 factorial, is 3 times 2 to 1. Start from itself up to the 1, all the way down. So based on this formula, you have 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial multiplied by 5 minus 2 factorial, which is, I continue here. In the denominator, what is 2 factorial? It's 2 times 1. What is this? Is 3 factorial. I just write 3 factorial. What is 5 factorial? 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 factorial, not necessarily to write all this number. 3 factorial cancel out. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. And if you ask me a question, many students, 8 students ask me this question. But this is actually, what is it? Combination formula. You did it many times. Moreover, I show the second way. The way we solve this problem when you were on this the first way. And this is second way. When you were in 4th and 5th grade. Who took my Mark Twain prep? Raise your hand. Many of you, right? But do you remember the question? 5 people came to the room and they handshake to each other. How many shake hands were taken? And I made this diagram where this person say hi to this person, this to this person, to this person, to this person, etc., etc. And made this different color. And I created a formula which we use in dark, a turn of light, and you solve this problem mentally without light. And formula, I did not teach you combination. You were small kids, fourth grade, right? From this formula, I created this formula. N times n minus 1 divided by 2. Well, students, when you have this is 2, this 2, you can, instead of this formula, use this formula. And you see how easy you can do in few seconds, because you have five dots multiplied by 5 minus 1, which is 4, and divide by 2. 2 goes into 4. 2 times 5 times 2 is 10. Exactly the same answer in few seconds. And you remember we did it for Mark Twain. Again, when you have choose 2, you can apply this formula. This is faster. Which formula is more powerful? Definitely this formula, because it works in any circumstances. And then we choose 2. Understand up to this point everything so far. Okay. Who has question? Ask me questions.
Dr. Farber.
Yes, Leon.
Why did you put 5? So I understand why you put choose 5, but why did you put choose 2?
For which one? The first way or the second way?
The first way.
Why use 5? Choose 2?
Yeah.
Because thank you. We have 5 points, 5 dots. A, B, C, D, E. 5 dots. So far so good?
Yes.
And how to build a line? What is a line? For instance, take any of this line. They ask you how to find number of lines. To build a line, you need 2 points. This is one line. If I have this, 2 dots. This is another line. You know from geometry, in order to build line, you have to have 2 points. Every 2 points represent line. If you choose 5, choose 2, actually behind this scene, since every 2 points goes one line, you're choosing 2. So far,
Okay.
so
Yes, thank you.
easy.